My first battles on Retro Cup were crazy here on Great League, and let's see what we have, because up on the lead Altaria is gonna lead effectively an ABB team style with basically the same Pokemon at the back. One is a Dugong, one is a Walrein, and of course I think that Dugong is gonna serve as a better safe switch only because of the debuffing move Icy Wind. So now with Drill Run, those two Pokemon are extremely alike, so we can take advantage of that and use them on the same team in an ABB team style. Let's see how well we can do here against this Cradily as we are taking it out with our Icy Wind. We're expecting the Victini to return, to be honest, because they can farm a lot of energy, but still if they want to farm down they have to sacrifice their second shield. As it seems they do not want to do that, V-Create is coming in, Altaria now switching in, they have the Abomasnow at the back, and guess what, first we're gonna throw the Sky Attack, then switch out to the Walrein, and whatever they throw I'm pretty sure we can take it. But let's see how easily we can do it, because we can survive only with 1 HP and the Dream to reach to that Icicle Spear, and we are already set to finish them off because there's no chance at all with only the Victini up against our Pokemon. So here comes the Sky Attack, which is not gonna knock out but still gonna do a fairly good amount of damage, and after we block that final move I believe that Altaria can definitely emerge victorious from this battle. Starting off pretty solid with this line, and yes, I had a 10-0 with this team, so a pretty cool win streak if you ask me. So horrible lead scenario against an Aurorus, horrible switch against this Sudowoodo, and of course let's see how well we can adapt because we are not looking that great. And if they have a rock type up in front, a rock type at the back, perhaps they have a triple rock team, who knows trainers, perhaps they have something like a Regirock, and our Walrein will be on a much worse position that we could imagine. So here comes now the total farm down on the Sudowoodo, but first we need to block, and by farming down here we can definitely pressure for that second shield on the Aurorus. But let's see if they want to shield, because Aurorus is not that glassy after all. Aurorus returns, we have to go for the Moonblast. Can we apply at least the debuff? No, we cannot. They can easily tank it, to my surprise right now. I totally forgot about the damage output. I thought we could do more than 50% at least. Anyways, Meteor Beam, which is pretty good on that Aurorus. Now we have the Icicle Spear, which is gonna get the shield. Things aren't looking that well for us, but hopefully we can reach the Icicle Spear. What we have to do here though is to go for the Undercharge. At this point we can predict that they're gonna throw their energy and we need to charge up to the Earthquake. However, I'm pretty sure they have some energy stored up, so I will be able to catch the move on the Altaria, and with that in mind trainers, we can now finish them off. So here comes an amazing victory with Walrein against an opponent that, to be honest, I thought we could lose anyways. Into the next one now with the Zangoose up on the lead. So this is kind of a tricky lead, to be honest, but I can definitely play around it, and they managed to catch one move on their backline Pokemon. Of course this is gonna be the Galvantula, so this is looking pretty promising for us, since not only they caught on a Pokemon that I don't care at all, but also we can tank the move and get out of here with a decent amount of energy and the Sky Attack ready to go. So I'm definitely gonna switch out right immediately to my Dugong, and we're bent up with a Frost Slash. So Shadow Ball here is gonna do a lot of work, but they are still switch locked in here with me. Now they can switch if they want to, and Zangoose will return into the battle. So this is gonna do a fairly good amount of damage, and they get the boost on the Zangoose. It feels like whenever the opponent has a Gliscor or a Zangoose and use Night Slash, they always take that boost, right? Is it just me, or is it a common thing out there? Anyways, Sky Attack here, definitely gonna draw the shield, and now I have to switch out to the Walrein. I was pretty slow on that switch, I don't know why. I had to do it much earlier before they farm more Shadow Claws. Hopefully though we can still finish them off, and now we have the upper hand with the energy. I know that even a Shadow Ball cannot finish me off, not gonna block and fall for that bait, but of course it is gonna be a Shadow Ball, so big damage on my Walrein, but hopefully we can resist those Powder Snows by a lot, and we are kinda safe on that factor. Earthquake now for big damage and lethal on the Frost Slash. Shields are down and we're gonna take this victory. Ross will be our next opponent, so this is a kind of famous trainer on on Twitch, so feel free to check them out. And right now we're gonna be able to face this Cradily with our Dugong. Now they switch out after they go for the first rock slide, and this is looking kinda good for us because they still have to throw the Shadow Ball if they want to do anything weird. So yeah, here comes the Shadow Ball, down we go, still looking pretty cool. Don't worry about it because we can still go in with our Altaria and start farming down all that crucial energy. Of course, in the process we need to block at least one move, and then we can definitely farm down. However, this is gonna put us at the point that the simply rock slide might just do the trick. Of course though, we can still go ahead and pressure for the sky attack on that Cradily and do one more before they takes us out. Are they gonna respect the damage and try to block here, trainers, because Cradily in total is a core breaker for this team. So let's see how well we can play around this Pokemon. Rock slide and Charizard at the back. Let's go. It is gonna be a Shadow, which means now that we might have the upper hand over here. I'm gonna block whatever they throw because I know they cannot reach the double blast burn. So here comes the first one, down they go right after. Now they return with the Cradily, and all I have to do is to reach the double icicle spear. I'm sure that at this point they have a move ready to go, but hopefully we can win the CMP race, and Wall Rain is gonna do the lethal damage on the Cradily. Crazy battle once again. I'm telling you, these battles are insane as we're facing a Lantern up on the lead for the next one. So a lot of trainers might use Lantern at the back with Water Gun, but up on the lead they most likely are gonna have something like a Spark version, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. On the switch we're met up with a Shadow Kingdra, what a crazy flex, and we can still keep going here with our Dugong. Not everyone is having a Shadow Kingdra. I know that they have featured Shadow Horsey, okay, it's no big deal or anything, but still I haven't seen it that much around. Anyways, we're still gonna be able to finish off Kingdra even after getting hit by a Shadow Outrage, which is crazy. And now Lantern can go in. Altaria will be my response to that Pokemon, and of course I might need to block here. However, I'm just gonna let it go through because I have a feeling this is just a Surf, and Sky Attack now will connect for cheap damage on that poor Lantern. Walrein now going in with a shield advantage, and now we're just gonna block the Thunderbolt, but of course it is the bait on the Surf, and now we can absolutely go ahead and pressure even more with my next Icicle Spear. They back out from the battle, which means that whatever remains at the back must be super weak to my Walrein, perhaps something like a Dragon type, since they had already the Kingdra. I can always expect something like an Altaria. That's why they back out, and that's gonna be a crazy victory for my team. So Lickitung right here, and of course I'm gonna switch out to my Dugong, not gonna block anything. I know I can survive even a Power Whip, and right here Dugong is just gonna dominate on this matchup if they do not switch out, because even if that is gonna be a Power Whip, I think we can kinda survive. Look at that, after that first debuff we're looking pretty solid, so that's why I like Dugong. And as you're seeing on the entire video, almost never I go for that switch, on that shielding, excuse me, on Dugong, because I definitely go for the switch. And right now we're met up with a Dragon type at the back, so Walrein able to do a lot of solid work up against them. Time to start using those shields, and down they go after we snipe them down with that final Dragon Breath. So they have an Altaria of their own at the back, Double Dragon once again, and we can take that final shield out of play with a Moonblast. Let's reach immediately to our Icicle Spear to finish off Altaria as soon as possible, and now Lickitung definitely stands no chance at all up against our Pokemon. Another huge victory for our ABB line. Into the final one, trainers, with a Shadow Dragonite up on the lead. Big damage from a simple Ice Shard, are you kidding me? And now we're gonna keep going with the Drill Run on the Walrus. So Walrus, even on Shadow, they can definitely tank those moves with ease, and Ice Shards are never gonna be enough to farm down. They're doing the same amount of damage like a Lock-on, which is crazy. So Drill Run now number 2, they know they can survive, so I'm not gonna block the next move because it can always be a bait, but of course this trainer knows better with the Earthquake to knock me down. What I want to do now is to go in with my own Walrus and try to farm down all that energy. After that, Joshua, as no known as wall rain, we'll be able to get out of here with a lot of energy stored up. And let's see what they have at the back. It is the Regirock on Shadow. Are they gonna respect the damage from the earthquake? No respect at all. Big damage on the Regirock, and we're gonna secure the final win for this video and the completion of the 10-0. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying until the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and of course subscribe to my content if you are new to it. With that said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.